Hello, this is the question number 8 from section 4.2 in MyLab Plus. This question is to find the predicted value. In both questions, the question asks you to find the predicted stock for 15 million and 25 million. Therefore, the question is in general to find the predicted value. Notice that predicted value is going to be y hat. Okay, to find the predicted value, first you got to find if there is a linear relation exists between the variables or not. Remember that this is the x variables, which is explanatory variable. This is the y variable, which is response variable. And to find the linear relationship between the variable, you got to find r first. That is called linear correlation coefficient using calculator, but you don't have to find it here because it's given. The value of r that is given is 0.1938 with the negative. And to check the linear relationship between the variables, you got to find the absolute value of r, which is positive 0.1938. And you got to find the critical value from the table for n equals to 10. To find the critical value in MyLab Plus, just click the icon next to the problem to see the value of the those critical value. And notice that there is a 10 value, 10 data set, 1, 2, 3, and the last one is 10th. For n equals to 10, from the table, critical value is going to be 0.632. Okay, and now you compare with the critical value with the absolute value of r. And since absolute value of r is this, and critical value is 0.632, and critical value is bigger than absolute value of r, that means there is no linear relation exists between the two variables. And if there is no linear relation exists between the two variables, to find the predicted value, you have to just find average of the y value. Therefore, in this case, predicted value y hat is average of y. Okay, then how do you find the average of y? You add all this y value and divide by 10, and that number is going to be 17.3. Now this is a similar question, and here you got to find the car predicted speed, and the given is equation here called least square deviation line. And there's two variables x and y, but they are not listed here. And notice that x is the hour of the day, x, and y is the car speed. Therefore, the day, and this is the car speed. And the question asks you, what is the predicted speed of the car that is traveling at 5 a.m.? Pretty much 5 a.m. is here. But to find the predicted speed, you got to find if there is a linear relationship between the variables x and y or not. Therefore, to find the linear relationship, you need to find the r first. R is going to be 0.12 is given here, which is correlation coefficient, and absolute value of r is going to be 0.12, exactly the same. Absolute value of r is the same thing because r is positive. And now you got to find the critical value for n equals to 10, because in the observation there is a 10 cars in the data set. Therefore, for n equals to 10, the critical value is going to be 0.632, and which is bigger than absolute value of r, 0.12. And since absolute value of r is less than critical value, this is critical value, and there is no relationship between the variable, no relationship between x and y, no relationship between x and y. If there is no relationship between the variables, as you know that the predicted speed y hat going to be predicted speed y hat going to be average of y. But we don't have y listed here, but we do know that average speed is your car predicted speed, which is traveling at 5 a.m. going to be just 68 mph, mile per hour. That's the answer. I hope this helps you to answer the question in the Canvas quiz.